Alright. Damn, now I'm not even there. Okay. Let's try this. There we go. Sometimes there's just no substitute for a good old-fashioned restart. Hopefully, oh God. Hopefully everything's looking good on the stream end. Because my video is always like, my preview is choppy as hell. Alright, so. Car number 4 in the, let's say, extra category. We got 1 with the Carolina Squat, 2 with the Slam Van with the big old engine in the back. And then the last stream I worked on this V12 Tesla, jacked up on these lifted tires, and yeah, completely custom all around craziness. And got one more planned out today. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name of the car, so maybe be a good idea if I went in here and looked it up. I think it's like starts with a Z. Probably not going to be in the higher end body shop. Let's see. It's an older car, kind of like the Cadillac. Maybe that actually looks a lot like it. So the actual car is the Cadillac Coupe de Ville, but in the game it starts with a Z. Maybe if I look at the bench seats or something, just type in Z. Yeah, so let's go Z. Is the Zephyr? Bench Zephyr. Seat Zephyr. The Zephyr's like a real car. But those are the original names. The quality of life mod doesn't change that. I guess I'll know it when I see it. Now, it can be in the barn, it can be in the junkyards. I think best case scenario, find one in a junkyard. We're looking for probably the Zephyr, if that's the in-game name. The body count variant. Alright, now I have a bad feeling that, as usual, we're going to come up with nothing. Or I'm going to spend a bunch of money on stuff for later. Like that. Like a Ford Mustang Fastback, a Mach 1 version. How many miles? 217,000, but it ought to be cheap. You could put the 2 carb supercharged by price. How can I not? How can I not? Okay. After this, though. After this. That's the last one, I swear. Unless I come across something else I just can't pass up. But I like that Mustang. I want to restore that Mustang. I'm not going to look for the barn maps, whatever. I got 8 barns, I never go to them anyway. Oh, this one. This is definitely not the car we're looking for. There's a Chevy Impala 350 V8 version, and be passing on that. We'll know this one when we see it. It's lifted a little bit, not as crazy as that Tesla. This has a different use than the Tesla. The Tesla was the gasoline edition. This is the body count. We're talking zombie post-apocalypse. That's what it was built for. It's a Charger Daytona. Obviously not what we're looking for, but still kind of cool. Nothing in here. There happened to be one tucked away in the little hidey hole. Don't see anything. Let's not waste time. Just get back to the garage. Now maybe I could go on a barn hunt just to say we did it. So now we can say we tried the junkyard. Might as well say we've tried barn find as well before we inevitably go to the auction and just buy it, because 1 or 2 trips to the auction, it's pretty much guaranteed. I could spend all night going back and forth to the junkyard and the barns. Not worth the time. I do like to find them like really, really junked up condition though. It's really less work in the end, it seems like. I don't need this light. What's that? Hyundai Tiburon, 164,000. I'll be passing on that. Probably will search for the case. Hopefully it comes up pretty soon. Know it when I see it. It'll be in the first slot. Don't have to spend too much time looking at everything here. The surprising things are the junk sometimes. So that's not it. That's the LS or whatever. Chrysler 300S variant. And I'm probably stupid for passing up some of these. They could be really good if I were to buy them, restore them, flip them. Okay, did I do all this? There's the case. So no, I didn't. Now we can just look for the cars. That's not it. That's like the 442 or GTO. Pontiac GTO. 203,000 miles on it. Okay. So unless I missed something... Yeah, that seems like a small barn compared to sometimes. Let's return to garage with the case. Just to say we tried. I gotta get my Mike's secret stuff. I was just hearing some bad stuff about sucralose. And I'm wondering if there's any of that in my otherwise perfectly healthy Monster Zero Sugar. I don't think so, but I'll have to take a look sometime. One more trip to the junkyard, just to say we tried. And after that, it's to the auction. Good thing is it's like an older, lower end car. Should be able to find it in the salvage part of the auctions. Lower price and worse condition. It's more of a dramatic turnaround when you do it like that. Okay. So we got some sort of... I'm not going to look at it. I'm guessing that's the Fiat... let's see what it is. Topolino hot rod. Definitely not it. That's almost nice. Wow. Okay. I don't know if I've even seen one of these. I was thinking that was like a Corvette or something. Toyota 2000 GT, 230,000 miles. It's a big, looks like inline 6. This is my toxic trait. Buy that, have a project for later, I guess. So you can see from the money, I've been flipping cars. Just get them to 100%, buy them cheap here at the auction. I've even gone to the auctions, gotten like Lamborghini Diablos and stuff. Corvette, I'm pretty sure I have one of those in storage already, waiting to be done. Well, I just kind of figured out you gotta go to the high-end car auction to get certain cars, and you can make some good money off of them. So I made like $200,000 off of a Diablo. Trick is get everything 100, 100, 100 all across the board. Could this be it? I don't think so. No. Chevy Bel Air, 128,000 miles. But it's not the Bel Air that everybody's like interested in. Here's that 65. I guess you need like a 55, 54. I don't know. $10,000 for it. Ooh, but is this like a variant drag build Bel Air? Screw it. Let's park another one for later. It's looking like that's about it. I already saw that Corvette over there. Yeah, what can you do? Alright, return to garage. Now it's going to be off to the auction. Just make sure we can get it. Takes me way too long to get these done as it is. Don't need to spend forever. Just pay the higher price. Do more work. Okay. I'm gonna need this parking spot, so Nissan 350Z, you gotta move for now. Starting to fill up that second garage, and then once we get the car, we'll be able to park it over there, and I think that's the best place for what this car is going to end up being. And I always forget to save. Okay, car auctions, let's go. Should I tempt myself? I guess I will. I've not done a Raptor yet, but I'd kind of like to. Don't know why I felt like doing the Carolina Squatted F-150, the non-Raptor edition. It's not that big of a difference in the game. Yeah, not there. Okay, so we are looking for... Was it the Coupe de Ville? Is that what I said earlier? The Mark III, and then that's the supercharged. So that's probably the car we're looking for, just not the special variant that I've added to the game. Oh, that's it. The Lincoln Continental Mark V Body Count Edition. So this is a 2-star starting at 3,000. Now that I know what I'm looking for, maybe just go back and scan over that, make sure there's not a different one. That's it though. Lincoln Continental Mark V, and I think it's called the Zephyr in-game. Alright, yeah, so no hole in the hood just because it's not modeled for this engine, but we're swapping it in anyway. Just a little higher. No back tires on it, so that's going to make it kind of tough for me to figure out exactly what I need. Let's say it's going to examine. Well, most of the engine's still there. That's, or is that just in this preview? I'll have to check it out in a second. I guess for the supercharger to be up there and that crazy air intake or blower, it'd probably have to be mostly built. In reality, I think I'm just going to pull it out, chunk it, just to be done with it. You know, spend money to save time. I'm not on here trying to act like I don't have the extra to spend. Got $1,300,000. I'll probably still have $1,300,000 after this auction even. Just getting some XP here. I mean, everything's bad. I already know it. There's no point in doing this other than ticking up the XP. Get an extra 50 or 100 per car. You can't buy levels, you know. Alright, rear suspension. Can't do fuel tanks. Am I missing anything over here that I could inspect? Is there a 0 of 3 something there? No, I don't think so. Okay. Let's start the auction. And let's go for it. This is going to be cheap as hell, though. It started at 3,700. There we go, 10 grand, not bad at all. I have no idea what it's going to be worth at the end, but, you know, that's not the point of this build. Let's get out of here. Go back to the garage. Man, gonna make me sick with the camera angles. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. All right, let's get it to the wash first. Looking a little rough. Easier to see the potential, possibly. If we go ahead and give it a wash up, and we'll get the interior while we're here, so I don't have to go bringing it back over here. Alright, the next most dramatic change. Sick the welder on it. There you go. Only 1,100. I mean, for like the Lamborghini, it was like costing 1,500 to do the welder and stuff. Okay. Now, I don't know if I should get the body going first or like everything else, as that looks like crap. But then again, it kind of fits the build if I don't do anything. Let's see. What do we got here? Still got the gearbox attached, so we're gonna have to go up. Don't know if we're gonna have to do oil, but probably. God knows that if I put the engine hoist over there, got it in place, went to pull the engine out, there'd be oil in it one way or the other, so. Engine crane. What am I doing? Like, sometimes I'm too bad at this game to continue. Not that I haven't done that 1,000 times by now. Still messing it up. There we go, ready to chuck it in the trash. Actually, I'm just curious what this actually says we can do. This actually only has 104,000 miles on it, but we can go with the 2-carb OHV supercharged. Maybe that is an actual default engine that you can throw into this. 2-carb OHV supercharged. Just getting rid of that. Starting anew, so I can use this engine stand mod F5, and I've bought everything performance mode for this engine. Now this thing gets a little bit of a lift, but let's see. Probably not going to see much of the engine that isn't sticking through the hood. I don't really want to do like, I mean, my thought on this car is that it would be like rusty, but I can't simulate the rust, so I think what I was going for was maybe like a simulated bronze effect. Let's see if I can do something like that. Maybe, so go with like a brown. Gotta go in everything mode here. So doing like this brown, and this has already got a metallic or chromey kind of feel to it. So that's pretty much what I'm looking for. It's almost like a copper, I guess. But if I can't put... I don't know. Some of this probably just go black or something. This would be an alright part to do. Let's go from there and then make sure to go to like chrome. That's how it'll get that metallic look on most of the parts, even though that just looks pretty glossy in reality. Is this even part of this car? What am I doing? Hopefully it has an air box, air base and air filter cover that match that. Alright, this is going to be sticking out of the hood. This is... So if I do everything, that literally does everything. If I don't, we'll keep those doors or whatever you would call them red. And that's what I want on this build. I already did blue all over on the Mustang. And still don't know about that choice. I don't think we can put an air scoop on it. Alternator is an easy one to turn. Why is it coming out like a reddish color on these? Or is that just... Oh, well. Let's try it out. Maybe it'll have a sort of little two-tone effect. It'll look kind of nice. Pretty sure that carb... Well, maybe the carb is kind of visible. See, everything looks... I guess that's really the only option. All or nothing on that part. I don't fully understand these paint choices. Why in the world it kind of switches back and forth. Alright. So we'll probably go with... You know, if we're going to get that two-tone thing going on, let's use that. Because the air box that I'm not even sure goes into this car is going to be brown. We'll do the clips. Metallic, I don't know what you call that, burgundy? Wine? Takes so long to do these piece by piece. I wonder why I started to dread like the next stream. We have 4 clips, but we have like, okay, a couple clip B's. Those are all clip A's, which is fine. Guessing that this clip B is actually going to be used on, what is it, the thing that looks like a cup with a stem that has another electronic part inside and then a cap on it. I guess that's where the your spark plugs, the spark originates, goes through the spark plug cables. Is that what it is? Okay, everything, but that's not, like, let me see about maybe going over to the chroming option on that, because it comes out as like, it starts as like a flat chrome brown. Perfect, if it'll actually stay that way. Now these heads, everything, going for the one that says chrome on it. It might be a little bit different, but we'll try it anyway. Just got to remember to do the same thing for the opposite side there. So everything, we're going for the brown that says chrome on it. Don't know if there's even a difference because the thing just seems to do whatever it wants. Update for that, by the way, is right around the corner. Yeah, let's go with this second tone on top of these because we've already got two pieces stacked on each side, and then these will be on top of that for a nice little change. Alright, we're making progress getting through it. Let's see on this. What did I even do with the exhaust? You're not even going to see the exhaust, but you'll see it enough that I want to do this. Everything chrome. Doesn't seem to be keeping that chrome part. I guess I probably have to go into the actual chroming option for it. The force chrome. Fuel filter, that's sticking up out of the top. No other option, so we can make it brown, or we can make it barely tinted, this nastiness. I guess the better one to do is brown. Gearbox. I don't know. No other options. We'll just change it up coming out of the back of the engine so it looks a little different. Starter. I'll worry about the starter when we get there. Is that not even the right? Why do I have... I don't know which one is for this, so I'm kind of forced to do that. The V8 or the V8 OHV. Got all that. Ignition distributor. This is that thing I was talking about earlier. What can this do? Nothing by default. Even if I do everything, it's not changing much. Let's go with that. Now the distributor will be seen. Now, which one's chrome? See, that's different than the options I'm getting over there, so why the hell does it, like, ignore the chrome option? And the cap on top of that, so that's gloss, metallic, custom, chrome. That looks different though, and if it's gonna look different, I might as well go with that, I guess. Okay, that's the part that goes inside that you're not gonna see, or wires. That might look, well, most of the engine block is going to be... Wow, that really sets that off. That's what I want there. Oil filter. That'll look best on the side, I think. Coming out of the block, which is going to be the brownish, bronzish. Would be a good color for it. I guess the whole center block will just make that brownish chrome color, even though it appears to me to be like 4 different colors at this point. Not seeing any of that junk. Power steering. It's bolt-on accessory onto the block. Let's try that. That's super dark though. This thing is, I'm not sure how it's gonna come out at this point. It's gonna look like a just mix mixed match. I don't know. But it should be kind of dark, kind of cool. Kind of using the bronze and the reddish, purplish. You won't see the air scoop, or the scoop air filters. They're going to be underneath of that scoop. These belts, not even sure that the serpentine one. Metallic and black on the belts. I would go crazy. Let's do... I mean, that would be white, wouldn't it? But that doesn't look like anything. So that's if we went red. Red. Saturation down. I don't know. I guess like a metallic black. That's interesting enough. Different than what I usually do. I like to make them like matte, which does make them look like a rubber belt, but if we just want to be different, let's go with this. But I think there are 2 more belts on this engine, and they might be more outward than those 2 are. Starter, just got to remember to put the right one in when the time comes. Our gearbox was the reddish color, so I think starter will go back to brown on. Now we're getting into the supercharger. It's going on top of the engine. That looks kind of nice. I'd rather it be that color than more of the brown. The intake manifold would do the same color on that. That's all going to look like one kind of unit there. Okay. So there's like that is definitely out there more than the other 2, I would think. That's right on the front of the engine after you've added the supercharger and everything else, I think. Okay. Timing cover. We want that to match the engine block with the chrome brown. But again, not so sure why it looks like that, because that doesn't look right. Water pumping, is that really like the end? Yuck. Let's try that. I'm so worried at this point. One last thing. Everything. Just to change it up just a tiny bit. Now, one last look through to make sure I've got everything that I was supposed to get. Crankshaft pulley, almost missed it. And just another subtle one, I think. Slight differences. Should be good with all the visible parts. Yep. Okay, time to build an engine. Nervous to see how this is going to come out as the different shades I was getting. I guess I should have taken a bunch of that shit over to the... Come on, flashlight. Over to the actual like chroming menu, and it probably would have given me something more consistent. Not too bad so far. See about these engine heads though. Those don't have the same kind of chrome sheen that the other part does, but they do at least look kinda bronzish. I mean, I don't know who's stopping to take their engine apart and paint all these parts custom in the post-apocalypse. See, that doesn't look right. But it does kind of match this. So I don't know. Let's get it together and then make more judgments about how I feel at that point. This car was built with a scenario in mind, which will make more sense later as it actually starts to come together. Really wish I knew like what the back wheel size was set to though, and I don't want to have to go dig through the config file to see, or go over to the car editor to check, because this came with both front wheels, so I have a clue there, but on the back I have a feeling I'm just going to be kind of guessing, coming up with something that isn't quite how it was designed to be. That's fine, as long as it works, as long as it makes sense from a visual standpoint. Have to maybe do one tire at a time on the back so I can put it in there, see what it looks like, maybe build a match for it. See, this is nasty too. That started as chrome and it ends up looking like that. Everything's just a little off for some reason. Maybe it won't be so bad once everything's on, though. I mean, I've got my fingers crossed that that's the case. There's metallic belts. But that doesn't look bad at all. That, and then probably the big-ass fan on the front. There we go. It's like I've built 50 of these. This is the worst part about building any engine in this game. Once you get done putting the actual rods in, you're not done. No, you need to do the rocker arms individually. And if you didn't have carpal tunnel at the beginning of this, you will now. Gotta remember to save more often this time around too, because I don't feel like being in a situation where I have to redo a bunch of this work again. No, I thought this was going to be good standing out, but I don't know. Didn't realize it would be up high with all of the other red stuff. I almost think that should have gone with a brown for that. Now this will pop through the hood. I'm pretty sure that's what you're going to see. In which case, the darker color will help it look like maybe there's a hole for it in the hood. And that'll be good. Really can't tell about this air scoop's coloration. Whatever though. Worry about that once everything's together. Okay. And for the second most fun part, all these rod caps, crankshaft bearing cap. Is that what this is? Hey, I said the right thing for once. That's pretty good. We're getting there. So close to the finish line. The anticipation. Boom. Okay, final. As long as I remember to put all the clips on. Yes. All the clips are there. That is a full engine, and it's questionable. Not gonna lie. I think if I pulled these off right now and made them brown, I would feel a lot better about this. That's the one part that really stands out to me as a little bit off. Not that that's a great looking engine anyway. A little bit more of an experiment, and I think it'll fit the final car. Let's see what else. You know, the brake part there wasn't even part of this build, was it? Yeah, so let's go the chromey brown. And that should do it right there. Much better. Yeah. Now, not perfect. These exhaust manifolds probably need to go over to the chroming. That's the second part that's really standing out to me. It's not giving a bronze effect, it's giving like a nasty orange effect. This fuel filter there is about the same way, but I don't think I have, maybe I do. If I'm going over there, I might as well figure it out. Don't know if I'm going to be able to chrome that part. Fuel filter, chrome, force all, brown. And now we're looking for our exhaust manifolds. Much better. Can already tell. Which one's which? Hoping I end up getting both of these. There's not like an A and a B. They just kind of mirror when they go on. Alright. Well, at least once one's on and in place and I know it's chrome, I can just take this other one back off if it ends up not being painted correctly. Looks good though. No, that's night and day. I'm glad I took the extra, 2 minutes to walk those back over there and get that done back up right. I wonder if that should go to chroming though, because that's giving me that like extra dark-ish color. I think I'm good. I think I'm good with that. That's actually all of the official exhaust done on this car. The rest is bonus parts. Get the hell out of the way. I'm going to make a mess out of every single one of these just because I'm not going to take the time to... Not going to take the time to do all these coolants and shit. It's 50 credits. Okay, what else we got? Surely there's an air box in here. Or, well, I guess not, because this is our air, which would make sense. I don't know if the original car had that or not, or if I'm just lucky. Because I don't think I removed it. Okay, anything else around here? Alright. Does that have a battery? Yeah. Charging the battery. This isn't even the starter that I'm going to put back on the car, so that doesn't matter. Not going to put that back on the car. So the one part that I actually do need, I fail. Yeah, so fuse box top, and then all the fuses in my inventory. Let's get this case out of the way. Saw that earlier. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes. There we go. Bonus credits. There we go. Some bonus scrap. More than I could ever use. So we need a fuse box cover A, 3 type A's, 3 type B's, power steering, reservoir. Oh, I'm going to have to go paint this crap too. Radiator C, relay A, B, 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 C, 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 C. Windshield washer res. Okay. Anything else? Probably need that brake servo. I don't know if that was on the list. Grab this battery. Oh, I need to actually go buy that stuff. That would help. Radiator C over here. Sure is. Washer servo. Power steering. Everything else I believe is going to be in electronics. Fuse box cover A. 3 medium fuses. 3 fuse B's. Relay A. 3 of these. And 4 C's. Okay. I'm going to the wrong door. Clear this inventory out a little bit. That doesn't need to be there. Did get the brake servo, or fixed the brake servo, I guess. That's why I kind of forgot whether I needed it or not. There's the power steering. Get rid of the old radiator, old relays. Power steering. Maybe I'd just get rid of a couple of these starters. They just pile up. And once again, going back to our favorite place to spend forever. I'm going to go straight to the chrome. What happens when you chrome a battery? Chrome force all or option 1. You do a little bit of a tint there, but that just gives you a shiny battery. I don't know about this. And since I don't know, I'm just going to go do it anyway. Brake servo. I can force chrome on the servo? Oh, that's paint. Why does it seem like I've not been able to paint this before? And it does goop up that, but whatever. The brown looks good. It's got a nice metallic to it. Why does it seem like I've never been able to do that before? Like that just wasn't included. That's strange. Got excited thinking like I don't know how the mods work, so quality of life mod is due for an update any day now. Is that metallic? Yeah, that looks good. So I almost got a little bit excited there thinking like, did it auto update? I don't know how that works. Or if I have to go grab the update when it's available. But it's gonna add like see-through surfaces like glass or acrylic or something. And that's gonna be a game changer. I mean, you can do engine parts, whatever you want. So we don't want normal, don't necessarily want everything. Mixed 1 gives almost no change whatsoever. Mixed 2 lets you change the inside. Sure, that's our new power steering color. Windshield washer or reservoir. Do we want to change the color of that? Just sort of black out what that looks like. Was there one more reservoir in here? I feel like there's usually one more reservoir. let's get to installing. Now, where was radiator C? I don't think I saw that in there. Get the rest of this stuff in, and then I'll worry about that. Pretty sure I bought a radiator C. I distinctly remember doing so. If you have OCD, I'm sorry. That was probably terrible to watch. Washer reservoir, tinted black. This is so cool. If radiator C can't be painted, can it be chromed? Sure can. Force chrome all. Except it makes it look like that. Yuck. That's awful. Option 1. No, that doesn't even give you like a tint. And then no chroming. I guess you're not really going to see it. So and as much of an accent piece as it's going to be in here, I mean, it should be okay. Doesn't have to look completely realistic for that reason. Okay. Is there really nothing else? There's not a... Seems like something's missing here. But we got power steering, we got coolant, brake, washer, oil. I guess that's everything. This doesn't seem quite right to me. Okay. We'll pull our old dirty fuel pumps out of here. Can we not get to the fuel tanks until this is on a lift, which might complicate things because they're on the floorboard. They're specifically accessible from inside of the car. So when you're screaming down the road, running from zombies, you can add more fuel to your gas tank. Yeah, nothing there. So let's get rid of these 2 fuel tanks. We're going into normal store to buy tanks. 2. Going into the tuning shop, and we're looking for our fuel pumps upgraded. Let's chrome these 2 tanks. Force chrome brown. Same thing here. Okay. And as accents, we can make these fuel pumps. Gonna need to do everything, and metallic of the, I don't even know what you call that still, maroon? Mauve? Make sure we get the metallic. Okay. Guess we can go ahead and throw the gearbox on, the starter. Got to keep the drive shaft off for a little bit till we get the rear suspension done. So this is going to be one of those builds that it doesn't really show what it is till the last 10%. And that's where it's going to get a little crazy. And I'm going to have to rely on my already pretty bad memory to remember what kind of bonus parts go where. And there's going to be some trial and error and some money wasted when I surely buy the wrong thing 5 times before I get it right. An actual bushing still left in this cross member? Really? Okay, getting there. Not too complicated of a front exhaust. It looks like the back is one of the easy ones too. It's got those leaf springs. Does it have... It's got brake drums on the back. Didn't even notice that. Could have upgraded that to disc brakes pretty easily. Alright, 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 alright. We're getting there. It would be kind of cool if Quality of Life mod would let you choose, like, force rust. But then I guess you'd have to have, like, a percentage or this and that. But maybe make, like, the... What is it? The opacity slider. Make that into the percentage of rust from the rust map. Let you apply that to all the body panels and everything else that you throw on there. That'd be pretty nice. Alright. A lot of that actually repaired. Man, I gotta paint everything too. This is silly. Every time I start to do this, I say, why do I do this to myself? To entertain you fine people. That's the answer. Double wishbone shock absorbers. Gotta have to remember that. Come back to it. Did we have 2 front axle knuckle covers? Sure did. All these tie rods. Worry about that crap later. Steering. Wheel, hub, bearings, wheel, hub, caps. Quite the little laundry list. And double wishbone shock absorbers. I have to be real specific there. Double wishbone shock absorbers. 2 front springs. Oh. 2 caps. Nope. Oh. Almost screwed up. Need to go buy the rest of that stuff and I need to go to paint. Brake caliper, cylinder, 2 brake pads, knuckle, cross member, sway bar, wheel hubs, inner tie rods, outer tie rods. Let me just get like 12 rubber bushings. Steering rack, sway bar end links, hub bearings, hub caps, and 2 brake disc ventilated. Off to paint. Let's get this cross member at least chromed. Force all chrome. Yeah, that looks like something when you do it like that. We'll do that, get this cleaned up, and then worry about a couple more that I'm going to have to chrome in order to get that effect. Like the brake calipers, I think. Maybe the springs. Just gonna clear out all the rubber bushings. Okay. Make it a little bit easier in this part of the menu now. So brake calipers, definitely we're going to go chrome. Force chrome. And get that nice bronzy feel. I guess there's not... Let's go black with the brake pads. Oh. Just regular old, like, white chrome. Might look pretty decent under there. Just force chrome all. Enter. Okay. That actually look cool. So those are black, the tops are black. I think it's this front axle knuckle cover. No, well, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna do that there. Let me find the other one, do the same. Force chrome all that. Yeah. And then when it comes to front hubs, these are going to get force chrome. These are going to get the brown. Because those will go in over those covers, and that's going to cover most of that. As long as I at least paint the knuckles, is it? Yeah. Go force chrome, and we're going to get that bronze there. Oh. Wrong menu. Here we go. Force chrome. Bronze. And front sway bar. Let's get that bronze or chrome bronze. There we go. That's going to be most of the visible parts there. Everything else can go to paint. So like suspension arm here, let's go what? Metallic black. Normal paint style on that. Black metallic, normal mode. I think I'm going to leave those brake discs alone. And possibly double up on these. It's already like metallic black, but they could be metallic blacker. Like I say, it's the little things. Now this gets hidden back in there pretty well behind the parts that I already chromed and painted. So I'm fine with going just black on those. What else we got? Inner and outer tie rods. You really don't even see these in half of the views, like when you're driving the car. So it's annoying to even have to worry about them, but you know, here we are. Alright. Now, I'm doing 4 rubber bushings. we're going to give them that treatment right there. They're going to be a small detail. I only need 4 because I'm going to put these 4 into that front cross member where they're really like seen. All the others, you're not even going to be at an angle where you can see them, so no worries on those. Alright, one more. With that nice bronze of the front cross member, this should stand out with our accent color pretty nicely. Anything else? I'm sure there is, but steering rack, like, yeah, let's get that taken care of. But let's go with the darker. We don't need to go chrome it necessarily. Oh. Sway bar end links. This can be another metallic black. Getting there. Getting there. Upper and lower arms. Everything mode. What do these look like? You know, that ain't bad in that mode. It's like not exactly chromey, but that looks good. So we have no lower arms on this? Or there just weren't lower arms installed for me to take off, so I didn't order any. This little central thing, I'm pretty sure this pretty quickly gets covered up, so not going to waste my time painting it, actually. Okay, we actually did do the bottom suspension arms, and I did them in black, so oops, that'll be okay. We'll pretend that was intentional. I really don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever. That doesn't have quite the same effect as making them like completely matte black, because you're really only tinting the center of that. But you know, from the right angle, might make a little bit of a difference. Probably would have been better in the opposite order, like if I had the brown down here, the black up there, because you're going to see less of the top black part. Well. Need to make those springs real quick while I'm thinking of it. On the car, that should have the brown, because it's a straight up chrome on the spring puller there. Yeah, that's perfect. Pretty much exactly what I expected and hoped for. Oh, shit, might as well. Sometimes it's not worth fighting with the view on here. Just, you know, move on over if you have to. Oh, I'm just dumb. That is right there and very visible, but I doubt it will be once any kind of wheel is on here. Should be covered up pretty well. A lot of it will be, and I knew that, but you never know, just depending on what you go with. Alright, we're getting there. If not, it's not that hard to get back in there and just take care of that one part. Okay. I wish I had gone ahead and done the body, kinda. You can't really appreciate this for as crap as the body actually looks. But man, the body... I shouldn't have fixed the frame because like all this non-removable stuff looks perfect. All the removable stuff. If I replace any parts, they're going to be like the matte black and everything, so I might as well go ahead and do 100% restoration. I don't know, something deep inside would not feel right about having a nice-ass custom car that I'm going to sit around as a showpiece and it not being 100%. Because even though this is like a show car, it's a build like based on a scenario, I guess. I want this car to be a piece of art. You still wouldn't leave it sitting around rusting. You'd probably give it a fake paint job of rust. I think that's what they do a lot on Vegas rat rods. They like simulate a patina and clear coat it so you don't have a rusty piece of junk that you just paid $100 grand for. You just want it to look like a rusty pair of junk. A modern rat rod is kind of like buying jeans with holes in them, I guess. That's if you buy it. If you make it, you do whatever you want. Oh, I got too excited there. Got the best of me. Wasted some money, but oh well. Made a money in this run. Oh god. Ugh. Round 3. I guess. More like round 4 since I had to do everything under the engine, but it didn't seem like there was that much there. Sway bar B can go. Not worried about that anymore. Alright. Gonna need a brake drum, cylinder, 2 leaf springs, 2 U-bolts, 1 knuckle housing, 2 rear shocks, 1, 2, 3, 4 small rubber bushings, unless there's more parts that end up being needed to be put on here, 1 solid rear drive axle, 1 wheel hub 4, and then we're gonna need 2 brake shoes and 2 drums. There's no upgraded drum. Is there anything else in here that I needed to upgrade that I just forgot about? Don't think so. So we're going over here, get 2 brake drum. I know one of these is on the list, and then we're going to need 2 brake shoes. And that's how those back brakes are going to work. Get out of the brake section. 2 leafy springs. 2 leaf spring U-bolts. Is that 1 rear knuckle housing? I'll find out eventually. 4 of these at least. 1 of these. 1 of those. And we're gonna take it to paint. We're gonna chrome. We're gonna chrome. Let me clear this up a little bit. We're going to chrome the main part, leaf spring, Rear axle, we're giving it the bronze treatment, the razzle dazzle. Brake drums are going to be right up against whatever kind of wheels we throw on this. Luckily, that's most of what's right up against it, and most of what I've really got to worry about. A lot of the rest of this can be painted the metallic black, but just in case. I mean, the drum cylinders, the brake shoes are going to be tucked inside. The leaf springs will be big and visible. So, not much else to choose as like accent stuff. So, let's do the chrome. Did I go to the wrong menu? And then let's see. I'm thinking chrome brown on these plates. We'll do metallic black on the U-bolts that go into these. What else? These drive axles, you're not even gonna see. I mean, they might go somewhere in there. They'll go black. Let's start painting some black. Leaf spring bolts, you are now black. Oh. I think that's gonna be a nice little color combo on there. Black. Good to go. Oh, going into the wrong menus. I'm starting to go like brainless here. Rear knuckle housing Bs. I think those are, pretty well hidden behind. I mean, everything on that part of the car, once the brake drum goes on, it's going to be tucked away. You're going to see it from certain angles from behind. But some of it just being kind of neutral, out of the way, be a good thing. Yeah, these are going... I guess those wheel... What was that called? The wheel hubs. Those might show over the brake drums just a little bit. So if the brake drums... You're going to see them from the back. If the brake drums are brown, let's chrome and red color thing those. There we go. Chromey red color thing. And what else did I say? Oh, rear shocks are needing it. And they're going to be the bronze. I think that's everything. Not going to worry about the bushings. Not going to worry about the bushings. The small bushings in those leaf springs, and the leaf springs are already the red. Not going to worry about the bushings. They're going to look just fine, just like that. Just the way they are. Perfect. hop on over to the driver's side. I think all of this will look a hell of a lot better once the car color is actually something decent, not shitty old rust and puke yellow. Come on. Okay. Do I even have the drive shaft? I don't. So, one more thing to buy. A drive shaft. And you know what we gotta do to it. Drive shaft on, front and back, suspension complete. We got body, we got interior, we got paint, we got wheels, and did I say tint on the windows? I'm gonna do that too. But first, oh, and then all the bonus parts that actually make this a unique car. Don't mean to forget those. So what are these tires? I don't care about the rims other than the size. Those are 15s, 180s, 85s. So gonna need two 15-inch rims that fit this car. Now we're talking post-apocalyptic here, so I think we're talking something like the Steelies. Or just big, choppy. Something muscly. And we don't even have to go with the same ones on the front and back. I wonder what I can force chrome on. Some of these I've never actually taken the time to slow down and look at. That's pretty sturdy looking. Retro 09. Actually, a lot of these. Retro, if I went with Retro 10T, Retro 10 or 10B. I'm going to force chrome. Damn, it probably doesn't even matter that much. Okay, Retro 10. 15s. I probably went with 0 of the offset, and we're going to need 2 of those. 15s, almost messed that up pretty bad. Go just a tiny bit there. 2 15s, and they were 180 85s. Let's go with off-road. Should we go with off-road? On the front, let's go with off-road. 2 15s, 180 35s, I think. But this goes by it skips around, so I have to go 185 35. 185 35 on 15s. Oh. I already messed up. Got another step in here to do. Break it back down. Now, while I'm at it, I'm just gonna maybe go ahead and try to get this part out of the way, because I have no idea what the hell was supposed to be on the back of this thing. Maybe if I go to parts, will it show me? No specifics. So what if I go with the same rim, maybe like a 22 with a crazy offset of like 120, 22. Is that offset even enough though? And did I have a default offset so that I don't have to worry about that? Let's go with 50. 22s with a 50 offset. I'm gonna buy one. And then on the back, we'll go with the like slick tires, I guess. One. And a width. The width ought to be crazy. There's a 205. That's what I max out at. This is going on a 22. So let's say like a 285 width. Maybe not quite there. 275. Then a profile of like 80. One tire costing $2,200. We want our 22. Oh, shit. I don't know. That profile is insane. That's not going to let me do anything unless I balance it. Not gonna work. Okay. How the hell did I set this up before though? I think if I just take that tire off, my $2,200 tire that I will now have no use for. Go with a lower profile than that this time. Probably 15 to 20 less. So that was $275.80. So let's go to the store. And the 275 width was fine. Let's go back up to 22s. 275, it could have even been a little skinnier for my taste. And then like 60. So 255.60 on a 22. Yaw. 255.60. Still not quite it. Man, I wish I knew what I had in the car editor mode. That's what it is set up for. Ugh. Damn. Okay. Option 1, I go with that crazier tire, but I put an ET on this to bring it out here. This is apparently like an offset of 50. So what do I need to do, like 200 to get it out here? Because if I go lower profile, what would it have to be? 5 to 10 lower? Let's see what this even looks like if I drop it down. If I put it on bricks. Wheels are missing from car. Can't even do that. This sucks. I do some trial and error. Okay. I know what rim it is. So I can come back at any time and paint the extra rim. So I need to stop worrying about that. I need to force the chrome, and I need to get the bronze. And then I need to go build these tires. Get them on the front. Oopsie. And it loses that in the preview mode there, but it should snap to or look correct once it's on the car. We're good. And there we go. What did I do? I should have done like sport tires. I guess off-roaders on the front and slicks on the back. I don't know. I guess if you really wanted to grip from the front, you're going to have to go off-road. Maybe that makes sense. I just wanted these to be tucked away in there and kind of safe. But actually on the back, I don't know what I was thinking. I got to go... I'm pretty sure that I used an ET of 0. Those look small. Those look really small. What the hell's on here? 85 R15s, an ET of 15. 180, 85. 85. A profile of 85? Because that doesn't look like what I've got there. $180.85. $180 width. $35. This has become a real shit show, that's for sure. All of these are going in storage, and they're going to be thrown on the next piece of crap that comes through here that I don't have to care about. I'll build another tire to match that other one at least. So what do I need? I need to get a rim with an ET of 15, rim size 15. Guess I had that, my tires were just wrong. I like this better. 2 of these, 15, ET 15. Now we're getting as close to 180.85 as we can on the tires. And the fronts, yeah, we're going sport tire. 2 of them. 180 and then 85. But it's going to have to go up to 85 on the width. 15's 185, 85 profile. 185, 85. Yeah, close, because I can't just do 180. It's got to be just a little bit more on the width. Now, don't do that yet. Let's finish this up right over here. chroming, not paint. God, stop. Just stop. There's our paint. Or chroming, or whatever. We're chromed up. What did I start this at? Like 151, 350? So I've spent about $50,000 unless I'm forgetting that I spent a little bit on the other cars out of that. What am I doing? And why? This is how I choose to spend my time. Doing and undoing and doing again. It's like the worst possible balancing minigame ever. At least that one was easy. Okay, and you're not going to see that unpainted hub piece in there. I didn't think, I mean, most rims are going to cover that, so I didn't think you're going to be able to, but okay, that is way more appropriate. That's what I'm looking for. When I look at this preview, this is what I had set up. This is what I had on it. I think, I mean, it's going to stick out halfway, but I think definitely an ET of 0. Maybe a 20-inch rim, maybe, I don't know. Needs to be big. But on a 22, 60 was too much. At least I got a baseline there, so maybe that's where I should start. Let's go Rim Retro 2. We need 2 of them. We're going to go 22s again. Did I do 22s or 20? Because now I'm just psyching myself out. Let's go with the 22-inch rim. Now I'm still going to go with these big slick tires on the back. 2 of them, 22-inch rims. The profile needs to be down here like 45 or 50 to be safe. Now the width should be a little more than normal, but I don't want to get it too much or I'm going to be chopping into stuff by the end here. Let's try that, and if they don't stick out as much as they should, well, oh well. I am so confident that I don't care that I'm going to go over here and paint these. Something about this game makes like rims look extra small. Is it different in metric countries? Like R15, is it not 15 inches? It's something else now. Hold up. I got a spare tire in there that's gonna throw things off a little bit. That's super skinny. I don't know. And on the 195s, 195.50. It's so hard to tell. I wish you could get a preview of like even just a basic tire so you can sort of size these things up. Let's see. I guess I don't need it to be too wide because I did like a really wide base offset. That's barely offset at all. I mean, that's barely wide. How much did that tire cost me? So I'd go wider. Probably look a lot better if I did. Let's just build the rest of the car, and if I really can't stand it at that point, I guess I'll go back. Profile-wise, that looks like pretty close. If we're 50 there, probably could have gone 55 without cutting into the rest of it. But, you know, I guess I should see what this looks like on the ground. That does mean a lot. The ass end is stuck up some, which is what it needs to do. Actually, I guess I'll be able to tell pretty quick once I start putting the bonus parts on here. Fronts are done. Get 1350 back out of that. That's okay, I guess. Get this work under the hood done, I guess. I don't forget it by the end. Black. Black windshield washer fluid, as you know, is totally a thing. What's this going to be, brown? No, so they didn't change the color just because I changed the color of the radiator. Good. Power steering. Getting our brake fluid. And oil in the engine. I swear I just haven't been able to do anything with the brake servo before. It just doesn't show up in the list, so that's strange. There we go. Okay, where are we on this? Parts are 100%, frame is 100%, body's 14, interior is 44. The whole interior is a chair and a seat, so I didn't mean to sit in there. Let's unbolt those two things. That'll jack that stat up pretty quick. We're looking for a good post-apocalyptic leather, I think. Maybe something like that. A little bit of classic, a little bit of new. And then we need it to stand up, so it's going to be a tough thing like that. Let's actually go to paint first. I don't usually do all this customization when I'm doing my own stuff, so I kind of forget to do it now. But I could have just bought black leather. Let's leave the leather alone. Can I... metallic? What about chrome and our brown? Nah, it really doesn't want to show the chrome. That's good right there. Just the brown seat part. Kinda look cool. Normal mode, nothing. Everything. It's like everything. We go brown. We go just the center. And what if we went just the center, but then it was metallic? Can't really change that, I guess, but whatever. Just tiny little detail. Strange what works and what doesn't, really. Okay. This is our interior Up to snuff? It is, 100%. Okay. Everything body needs to be done now. I don't think there are any tuning parts to this car. So I guess in some ways that makes it a little bit easier. Okay. Really only missing a few things off of the body. Just in bad condition. I think I just have to... that was a dummy plate. That can go, that can go. Gonna need to replace the hood. Of course, headlights, taillights. Gonna need to replace the bumper. And all glass. It's called the Mark... Okay, the Lincoln body tuning. Let's just make sure. Yeah. Nothing special for it. I say the rear bumper and the hood, right? No, we needed a trunk too. Rear bumper. Hood. All the glass. Taillights. Headlights. And that might still leave us missing a mirror. We'll find out in just a minute. Okay, I need a right driver's side, or front right door and mirror, I'm guessing. Front right door, right side mirror. Got a mirror on the other side? Yes. Everything's there. Okay, that's concerning. I never messed with that at all, but that's like... Is that a glitch built into this game, or did... Don't mind that red light just yet. The up and down headlights, like... I guess I'm gonna have to wait and get a... an update to the game that resets that part of the config so I can copy and paste from the original car to this car, because apparently I messed it up, possibly on both. Man. That's silly. Okay. Let's get those windows tinted. And, you know, nothing fancy, just... pretty dark all around, even the windshield. Who needs to see? Seeing when driving is overrated. Be a lot cooler if those didn't do that. Like, they have the same as the hood. I don't know why. Okay. So I think the bonus parts are all going to have to be painted separately. So what we're going to need to do... Save the game. Get out of that view. Okay. Body's 95%. Need to grab that license plate. And We'll go align it. What color is this car going to be, though? Because I was thinking like rust here, do like the bronze to it, which is basically a brown and a chrome. Match everything else. And if it's browny and chromey like that, or you know what works for like zombie stuff, like Texas, I don't know, Florida. A lot of Japanese options, but I don't know. Half of my shirt being lost to the green screen. Prince Edward Island. This would be cool. Okay. Let's be real original here. Oh, that's only 3 letters. Okay. Okay, let me spell this out. All right, change of plans. Only need one, right? I don't have to spell that out again. Pretty sure the front didn't count. There we go. Let's get this thing over to paint. Come on, get into the right mode. There we go. Actually, test path first. We'll do the unfun part. Aligning the wheels and the headlights. Now we'll get it over to paint. So I'm going to paint it as is, and then we're really going to get into what this is going to turn into. So there's that chrome. There's a lot of like regular chrome on there still, though. That's not as good as that. That's about the same. Really can't tell. Ugh. Ooh. Maybe. With all the other, you know, brown to it. If this is our body count post-apocalyptic car. Am I feeling it? Or am I gonna go bronzy? By the way, what kind of liveries are there? L series. Is that just changing the top to black? Yeah. That was supposed to be the default. Okay, and then this being chrome and the brown, maybe I can play with it a little bit here. Get something closer to what I'm looking for. Saturation down, so it looks a little more like these wheels. I've got them to go on. What is that? Like a little more yellowy? A little more saturation. Are we... I think that's pretty close. It's just kind of hard to tell. Screw it. Go with it. Okay. So there's the default car. Let's take it to the dyno, because I don't know what's going to happen after I do a couple more steps here into getting this car what it's meant to be, to its final form. Starting at 478, that's not bad. Will we push it up above 1,000 horsepower though? Really kind of falls off over there. I don't know what to do for it tuning wise, if I really even can affect that, because this doesn't seem to do much. That big ass V8 in it though. Just see what happens. Thinking good time for how these streams usually go, I guess. Usually at 3 hours. Well, I'm speaking too soon. I've got quite a bit to go, actually. At least the car is restored, and we're good to go on that at least. So let's get this over. We're going to have to put this at the garage entrance, I think. I'm going to have to do a lot of running back and forth from the front to the back here. Okay. So first of all, we've got to go to, excuse me, the vehicle add-ons and start buying. I need one plate, I know of, at least. Got NOS in there. Two side pipes for our exhaust. I'm pretty sure there's I know there's a skull. I'm pretty sure I use two of these. At least two of these. We'll see what happens and what fits where. One of those. One of these. That. And then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five of these at the very least, maybe more, and then maybe two of those, one of those, and most of that stuff's already to where I'm not going to worry about it. NOS, I don't need to paint that. Yeah, this is what we're looking at. This is shit's going to clip into the F-150 over there too. Now is this... Some of these have very odd, like, spacing. That was that. So that is down on the floor there. And just as I said, I wasn't going to worry about it. It's not even like the default blue. It's just... Yeah. We'll see what we can do here. Okay. Change this to that classic blue. That plate is just a piece that goes in the back. Piece of trim, kinda. Let's go chrome and make it match that bronzish color somewhat. just to see what can be done with these. Let's see. Normal mode does nothing. Paint mode. So I can either go with like a rust, or I can go... This looks a little more classy, to be honest. And if we're going to roll around in the post-apocalypse, let's be classy about it. Everything black. Go. The others of those I'm going to leave alone. I'm going to need 2 more of those at least. How about that train thing? Train bar, that's going to go black, I think, as well. And the skull, black, but I don't know that I want it. Let's see, so if we go matte black on that. Spikes can stay the same. These, I think, can stay the rust color. 3 of those can stay rusty. These can stay the same, I think. Actually, you know, if we're gonna fix up the other parts, we might as well pretend like we care about these. Don't want them rusting out on us while we're cruising around in the post-apocalypse. That should really be like the custom chrome. It's not going to match because it's going to keep that rusty color. So should I just go ahead and make it black and make it look intentional? Not like I can't change it. Alright. I need to buy 2 more front protection. These can go black. Go ahead and get those. Gonna need that as well. That as well. Front protection 2. And paint 2 of those. Leaving 2 of them, 3 of them the regular color. I better check in on the hitch just to make sure that it has color by default. Apparently you never know. Since the roof rails are here, let's get those painted up too. And that'll be nice. Match the car, but it'll be on top of the black, I don't know what you call it, soft top. Can those be... Ugh. I didn't intend for these to be black, but they kind of look better that way, so at least where they're going to be placed, they'll look better that way. Okay. Trailer hitch, make sure it's got a color to it. And the trailer, since we're just gonna get kind of ridiculous with this. That's interesting. It's definitely not a chrome color, but what if we do nothing? It'll probably look better. Okay. I'm kind of torn, but I'm leaving some of this alone. I think the spike bar I think we're going to change that up just a little bit here to black. Not gonna lie, this is gonna get pretty ridiculous. Right. Adding bonus parts. Here we go. The NOS. This bonus part is one of our exhausts. Here's another exhaust. This is the skull. Well, let's see if this worked out halfway. I mean, other than... those really should have been coming out of the eyes of the skull, but it takes some fine-tuning and adjustment, and that wasn't easy to do. What little I've done. I'll just leave the lights off on this. It's not quite ready for showtime. That's where that goes, so that when you're plowing through the undead, you don't get a bunch of blood and guts inside of your air intake. Here's our bonus part, roof spikes. Here's where a couple of the painted front protections go, even though the lights aren't going to be open apparently. They're still there. I kind of would like to see what they'd look like with the lights though. Be nice, but guess we can't have everything we want. I'm hoping this is where the roof rails go. Looks like it. This is getting awkward. I don't know what's in the middle there. I didn't replace, like, the head unit or anything. There might just be something very strange. That has a really weird, like, access point. Yeah, so that part is just trim in there. And you can put some speakers or whatever. Here's where our odd-shaped little fellows go. And, you know, I'm gonna have to think about the paint on these for a minute. I don't know how much. I kind of had the intention of blending them in, but I'm not gonna be able to get a good blend. Okay. Shut the door. Oh, I know it goes up there. Yeah, obvious. Add additional parts. Yeah. No, that's the wrong one. Am I in the take off edit bonus parts mode? Yes. Add bonus parts. I meant to go with one of the painted. So we've got one on the front, one on the back. Okay. Now this will get a little bit tricky. Did I just buy two of the same? Man, why am I dumb? Let me see what happens if I put it here, just to see. Yeah. Not right. Okay, open the door. Bonus part, unmount. Get out of there. Okay, regular old mode, back. Okay, so I accidentally bought two of the RR. So I need an RL. And I need to go paint that. Okay. Paint part. The RL. Go on everything. We're going black. And there we've got it. Yeah, this back little fender flares, like, that just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know. See when it's a little more complete what it looks like. Add additional parts, and we want FR. Yes. RL. and FL. Yes. What bonus part goes here? Is that just a spoiler option? If we wanted to put a spoiler on there, I don't want to put a spoiler on there. That's going to look kind of stupid. You know, who's judging, but... Okay. Now, I've seen this be an issue for people, and I think it might be okay. Hope I'm okay, because I got a lot to add. As long as I'm looking at the car. That's probably that. Gonna have to be looking at the car a little harder. Man, come on. Oh. What's the trick? Is that the trailer? I'm not sure that that's right. Okay. So I think the one on the bottom there is the trailer. If I'm right here, can I hit that from here? Yes. And this. Yes. That, I believe, is the roof. I need to go to the other side for these. I accidentally placed something there, so like it shouldn't be hard to purposely do it. One last one. There's bonus part. Just got to get that text to pop up on the screen, I guess, and you're good. Okay, now what did I have there? Did I leave, nothing goes in there. Did I just leave the ability to have a spoiler on this for no real reason? I don't see it happening. But okay, you got your trailer, you got some caging on it, you can go get your car parts or whatever you need while you're cruising around in this monstrosity through the barren wastes amongst the undead. Oh, okay, I had some spikes there. Yeah, which I believe was roof spikes. Had a little mohawk going on back there. So I'm going to paint those since they're on the car. I left the trailer rusty. Alright. So there you have it. Strange headlight issue, and I'm not so sure about these. That probably needs to be rethought a little bit. I know the tires, it would look better if the tires had the wider stance. Maybe I should just go do that. Figure out what these are and add 50% to it. But if I go too far, I'm going to be clipping out of there. That just doesn't look very good like that. Could possibly use a little extra. But what happens if I try to pull this thing into the shop? This is the silliest car by far. What? And that didn't even paint correctly? Okay, we're gonna save this. I guess we're gonna see what happens. Maybe this just sticks out the back. Ah, it actually fits. That's surprising. What happens when I mean, there's no ball hitch there, so I guess this whole thing would just rise up. It's actually smart enough to... Okay, so that's kind of what I figured would happen there. I just didn't expect the car to tip back on those. So we're going to take these off. You know, I love redoing what I've already done so much. But if it ain't right, it ain't right. I'm going to tear those back down. What's convenient about this game is that they don't care about, you know, your $5,000 rim when you bought it. They don't care what width it is. It has no width assigned. The width of the rim changes based on the tire. So I don't need new tires and rims. I just need to get some wider tires. So I had 195/50 on a 22. So get that up to 22, and 195, I said like 50%, so maybe like the extra 75. Let's go 265, and then instead of 50, let's go 60, and if it touches a little, I don't care. Why did that undo that? We're going up on width, that's for sure. Two of those 22s. Why did it change this? 60. That's what we're gonna try, and that's the last time I'm redoing it. The 60 profiles. I think I already did 60 and it was too much. 50 was just barely. Did I even look at that? Man, I'm stupid. I have a... yeah. Tear down the 50. Install the 60 profile tire. Need to get to work on this monster. I'm gonna get that installed. Alright, what other qualms did I have? I think if this looks better, yeah, it justifies this a little bit more. And, you know, not the hugest change in the world, but a meaningful change nonetheless. Makes the whole thing look a little bit more like I had it in the editor, which I had making sense. And then we've got to figure out what the hell happened there. And I hope it's not just a glitch part that I just can't paint correctly. We can take that on down. I had originally had like another option that was already a brownish color. Doesn't seem to like that though. So let's take that off. And I'll run back here once again. Did I go to chroming in black for that? I believe. We're going to go to Chrome Force All. We're going to go completely black. And if I come back out there and it's not right, these are both coming off, and I'm going with, you know, whatever's easiest out of there, because there's like already black options. I don't need to be using these painted, and every time I move them they're wrong. Yeah, that's not what I intended for the red lights. That's a quick change in the config file though, and that would look so cool if the damn lights were where they're supposed to be. But yeah, that's supposed to be back there in the eyes, just enough so you could see a glow, not enough to blind a person. Let's save it. Let's get that back outside. Take a look at it. And, you know, with this piece, like, being stiff, I really have no idea. Does that even look right? Yeah, for the most part. With that being so stiff, I don't even know what this is going to drive like if I take it out to the track or something. Isn't that ridiculous? A lot of chrome, a lot of junk everywhere, gaudy, but it's kind of what I had in the vision. Wanted you to be able to take your trailer out, load it up with car parts. I even thought about adding a bunch of bonus parts in there, like add in a spoiler over here. I could even add maybe like car engine parts, if it'll let me place them that far away from the car. But whatever I could find, just junk. Make it look like you're going out getting scrap metal. You're going to take it back and put it on your car. I wonder if I can paint those mirrors black. And the front bumper, but I mean there's still chrome all around this. I can't do anything about some of this chrome, so should I do anything about any of this chrome is the question. And I think yes. I think it's worth a try. Okay, and then mirrors. And I want to probably do matte black on the mirror, matte black all around, I think, to match all the add-on parts. So that's not going to allow that to happen, but if I go over here to Chrome, and let's see, Chrome Force All, go to black, I might just be able to get it done. Chrome Force All, black. Probably need to do the same thing since these are chrome. Black. It's pretty cool that I could do the bronzish color instead. No chrome, all chrome, black. We're done. Final touches. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out the light situation, but that's gonna have to be at another time. I don't have time right now. I wish you could adjust things like the mirrors in the body config like that. I think there's a little bit of clipping going on the other side, which I guess means I should really be adjusting this probably inward. It's not 100% perfect the way it is, but it's hard because these weren't designed for this car. None of these panels were. Yeah, you just take a second and step back, look at it and think about it. Is it where I want it to be? With the lack of being able to dechrome all this stuff, which would look way cooler black. I think that's where I want it to be. So let's have some fun with it. Let's see first of all how fast this can go. Why is it 98%? License plate. So stupid. Let's see, the sell value is 93,000, profit of 83,000 because I bought it at 10,000, but that is not the truth. I spent a lot more money on it than that, into the paint and everything else, parts value, body value, performance value. I was at $1,350, and I don't remember how many of those other cars I bought out of that price, but yeah, spent quite a bit getting this to where it is. Don't really care though, because it is a keeper. Didn't do it for the profit. Is this at 100% now? Yes. Okay. So now back to what we were going to do. Speed track. This is going to be so goofy with the trailer on the back. Alright. There's a view from the inside. I should have got in back at the garage. I'll try to remember to do that. Okay. This kind of static trailer with, wow, it looks even worse there. It's like half a foot above the skull. And the headlights are doing the same. What's up with the suspension? Is that thing screwing it up? That thing's off the ground. Alright. We're not going to worry about it. Just going to run. The hell is this? A manual transmission? It's automatic all of a sudden? Alright. Can you hear the Rob Zombie playing in your head? You know, we got a 5th speed here. This engine should be capable of doing it. I just know that I'm shit at tuning behind the dyno there, so maybe I need to go back and knock it back down. Oh yeah. Got that nice, stiff, welded joint. That definitely makes the handling interesting. Guess I gotta go back in there and adjust that if possible. I just like to make believe that we're going so fast that it's flying with the air resistance under it. I don't even know what you'd call it. It's getting lift because of the flat bottom when we're going this speed. Even though if you slow down and stop, it's still... It is what it is, let's put it that way. I managed to get out of second that time. Out of first gear into second. Poor game. Trying to load all this. All these cars sitting outside. Somebody I saw has like 50 cars all around the place, and I'm thinking that's kind of silly. I know that takes forever to load in every single time it comes and goes. Alright, after that, did that stay the right color? Yes. Okay, that's promising. Alright. I think I need to take this back to the dyno. Not to... Don't worry about that. not to do much of anything other than change this back. That was a 3. We do reset and apply. And go back to the garage. Oh, I said I'd get inside, didn't I? After this. Just going back to the speed track. Test out how it works now. See if we're getting that strange issue of not really being able to get out of first. Yeah, what is that? It's so strange. It's like this car is like glitchy. With there are my headlights. Cool. I don't know. There's a hard time out of first. With that big ass V8, are we not going to get better than 140? 141? Maybe that's the best we can do with 4 gears. Should have really had more like 6. Alright. Zombie prisoner viewpoint, POV. Let me out of here. I'm not even a zombie. Okay. Hostage in the trunk, POV. It's hard to stay on that one. There we go. What happened? Was that a helicopter I just hit? What are these camera angles? Alright, no harm, no foul. Yeah, so it still has the strange issue out of first. Let's see, starting out here. Yeah, but you wiggle it a little bit. I don't know if it's a problem with, like, kind of having the, so much power in the V8. A lot of these cars like to not even be able to move the way they should. Now this out on the desert, dust and dirt, that's how this car is meant to be viewed. We're going through the bush, we're looking for scrap. We're just trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. That's what that is. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay, I said I'd get inside of it, so let's move it out there. And that stuff's not gonna get out of the way. I didn't really do much inside of here besides clear out the unneeded seats and added the NOS. Back there. Added the 2 fuel tanks in there. So I wanted it to be like, you don't have to get out of this protected cage if you wanted to add fuel to your tanks out of some side containers or something. Then added that plate in there. Maybe do something with that in the future. But overall, I mean, it's better. It's always better in this mode than like the car editor mode. You can't get a sense of what it's really gonna look like in there. Oh, by the way, did I end up? I mean, we're rubbing. We're definitely rubbing, but oh well. Better be a little too big than it to look wrong and small. You can't even really tell from 5 feet of distance there. Got the skull. There's work to be done. on the fine tuning of that, why ever that is. Yeah, pretty cool. Now let's see. I cleared up a parking spot intentionally, so let's see if I take this to parking. It's gonna go black and pop in. Yeah. So the car is actually in the shade, but in this position, this can stick out. Now I think this is like definitely off the ground, but from the tiniest bit of distance, you cannot tell. And that is a one-of-a-kind, one-off custom car that you will probably never see again in this game unless I upload the config file to Steam Workshop. But pretty fun. It's messy, it's rough. That's what it's meant to be. It's meant to be pieced together in the worst of times. I kind of like it. Maybe something else. Maybe a couple spikes along here, because like if you're barreling through a horde of zombies, they're all coming right up on the hood. I put some protection there to keep the headlights intact and to protect the air scoop there, but I don't know, maybe it's better that they do just kind of bounce off and fly up over the car. You know, it's all theoretical. So with that, with this insane build that now I don't know what I'll do next. That's it as far as the stream goes. This will go up on YouTube if you don't catch it on Twitch in time, which no point in telling anybody that, I guess. And then there will be an overview of this car, a specific video just to this, as well as all of the other special projects here, because these are going crazy. I guess another one, I was trying to get away from, stay away from the DLC, but I definitely pulled in the Tesla from the DLC here. And I'm thinking of doing the opposite. So maybe take a base game car, or maybe even one of the Hot Rod DLC cars, don't know, and convert it to an electric vehicle. Just basically throw the battery pack grid and everything, and then the electric motor in. And I'm mainly interested in seeing how that runs. What kind of speeds can we get out of it? Maybe something I normally wouldn't mess with, just so I have an opportunity to do it, like the older Golf GTI or something, or just one of the tiny cars in this game. I think that'd be interesting for a project. I'm starting to get a few head turners here, while staying light on the mods, not adding in anything too crazy. But I don't know. Maybe I go to the Steam Workshop, find a completely custom car that doesn't exist in the base game, throw that into Car Editor and see what I can do with it. It might be pretty cool. But that's this stream. Till next time, thanks for everything. See you later.